Let's talk about mentorship and sponsorship. I just got back from the California Women's Conference, which I'm told is the biggest women's conference in the world. Hopefully that's true and they didn't just make a liar out of me. One of the things I saw at the conference, though, was this amazing VIP mentor panel put on by Women Evolution. And what I would love to do is share some things that I learned from the amazing panelists. The Women Evolution VIP Mentor panel included some amazing business leaders, including people from Modus, Salesforce, Intuit, Jones Day, and WD-40. Josie of Salesforce and Cheryl of Intuit in particular, I was really excited about hearing from because they're both technical women. One common thread between all the panelists was that their mentors had been instrumental in their success. You may be asking yourself, what is a mentor really? A mentor is just a teacher. They're someone who's been there before and they can advise you. And also, they're going to put your best interests first. Mentors come in many different forms. There are more official mentors like me who are professional career coaches and have a lot of experience helping people create structured development plans. But there are also informal mentors all around you, in your workplace, your school, your church, and other places in your community. Don't make the mistake of thinking that you can only have one mentor. You can have as many mentors as you want. And really, when you think about it, there's something you can learn from just about everyone. The thing is, mentors aren't always going to find you. You have to go seek these people out. If you're not really sure where to start, ask yourself, who do I admire? And start there. Once you've identified people you admire who you'd like to have as mentors, how do you approach those people? Well, you don't want to approach them and just ask them, "Hi, will you be my mentor?" Because that's kind of an overwhelming question to ask someone. They don't know exactly what that entails. They may not even know you. And they're going to be more inclined to say no because that could potentially be a really big commitment. If you break off a small piece of something you want to learn from them, so let's just say you want to become a better public speaker, as an example, and someone you know or you know of is a great public speaker. Well, that's a good opportunity for mentorship. So you could approach that person and tell them what you want to do. You want to become a better public speaker and tell them you admire them in that regard and ask, "Hey, can I get 30 minutes of your time to just sit down and have a cup of coffee and kind of pick your brain a little bit about public speaking and get some feedback from you?" People are going to be a lot more likely to say yes to that because it's not nearly as overwhelming of a commitment. And then also, if you kind of have a good rapport from that first meeting, you may be able to build on that and create more of a long-term mentorship. But that gives you an opportunity to get to know a potential mentor to kind of gauge if the fit is there. I also want to talk about sponsors. A lot of people don't understand the difference between a mentor and a sponsor, but they're both extremely important. Very simply put, a mentor talks to you and a sponsor talks about you. Sponsors are the people who are going to advocate for you when opportunities arise that align to your career goals. So the mentors are the people who are going to help you create your goals, but the sponsors are the people who can help make those goals a reality. Unlike approaching a mentor, you can't exactly ask somebody to sponsor you. You have to earn their sponsorship by proving yourself in whatever your job is and earning their respect, and then building a relationship with them. So as you work hard in your organization, make sure you're reaching out to senior level people in your org and building those relationships with them and making them aware of your work. And once you work on that relationship, make sure they know what you want. Make sure they know what's in your development plan. Because then when they see opportunities arise, opportunities that you may not see at your level, they're going to think of you and your name is going to come up when those opportunities are mentioned. One thing that really inspired me during the panel at the California Women's Conference was hearing about the things that people had learned from their mentors. Things like, believe in yourself. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to fail. Try not to look at opportunities and ask yourself how likely you are to succeed or fail. Instead, ask yourself what you can learn and how you can apply that knowledge next time in the event that you don't succeed this time. And one of the things that I truly believe myself that the leaders said over and over again that they had learned from their mentors was to make sure you give back. One of the best ways to fast track your career is to get advice from mentors who've been there before you and have your best interests in mind. However, sometimes they might tell you things that you don't really want to hear. Sometimes the things that they tell you, the feedback they give you might not even resonate with you. You might think it's not accurate or untrue, but it's really important to not get defensive when people who are mentoring you give you feedback, because their perspective, while it may not resonate with you immediately, is accurate and may be a good representation of how other people are seeing you. So be mindful of viewing their feedback, even if it's somewhat critical at times, as a gift, because then they're going to be likely to keep giving you that gift. Whereas if you're defensive and negative, they're not going to want to keep giving you that super important critical feedback. So keep that in mind and ask yourself, well, what is it that they're seeing that I'm not seeing, rather than getting defensive? Identify and reach out to potential mentors, both formal and informal, to kickstart your growth. The more people you reach out to, the more doors you open for yourself. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about mentorship or sponsorship. Now get out there and kick some butt.